In today's fast-paced, results-driven society, the urge to control every aspect of our lives can feel almost unavoidable. We set goals, devise plans, and work tirelessly to ensure every detail aligns with our expectations. Control gives us a sense of certainty and security, a way to navigate an unpredictable world. But what if, in our efforts to control, we are actually constricting possibilities, limiting ourselves from experiencing breakthroughs and unexpected joys? Sometimes the most profound growth, healing, and success come not through controlling every detail, but through the willingness to release control and trust that life has a plan for us, one that may be even better than we imagined. Trusting instead of controlling invites us into a state of openness. When we trust, we give ourselves permission to believe that things will work out, even if we don't know exactly how or when. Trust allows us to relax, knowing that the process doesn't always have to be rigidly managed or manipulated. It's not about passivity or giving up, rather. It's about aligning with a higher wisdom, an internal or external guidance that supports us when we stop forcing results. This shift from control to trust is a transformative one. It allows us to engage fully in life, not as a constant battle to achieve or maintain control, but as a flow of experiences, lessons, and opportunities that ultimately lead us to where we need to be. When we let go of control, we start to see the vast landscape of possibilities that exists beyond our immediate field of vision. Control, by its nature, is restrictive. It confines us within the bounds of what we think should happen, what we think we want, and what we believe to be the right path. But the universe often has grander plans for us, opportunities that may seem impossible when we're caught up in our own narrow framework. Think of times when you were set on a particular outcome, only to have a different result turn out even better than you imagined. By trusting in the process, we allow these unexpected blessings to come to us. We open ourselves up to solutions and possibilities that lie beyond the limits of our control. Trusting in life's flow also relieves the immense mental and emotional burden that control places on us. Constantly trying to manage outcomes, anticipate obstacles, and prepare for every possible scenario is exhausting. It keeps us in a state of stress and often deprives us of the joy and spontaneity that life has to offer. When we choose trust over control, we release this weight. We recognize that we don't have to carry everything on our shoulders, that there is a balance between setting intentions and allowing them to unfold naturally. This shift is liberating. It allows us to focus on the present moment, to engage with life as it is rather than as we feel it should be. In trusting the process, we cultivate patience. Control demands immediacy. It urges us to push, to make things happen on our terms and timeline. But trust acknowledges that everything unfolds in its own time. When we trust, we become more willing to wait, more willing to let events develop as they need to. This patience brings with it a sense of calm, a confidence that we don't have to rush or force results. The impossible often manifests in those quiet moments of surrender, in the pauses we create by simply trusting and allowing. Patience teaches us that timing is as important as the outcome itself, that sometimes what we're waiting for requires a little more time to mature. Moving from control to trust also strengthens our connection with ourselves and others. Control is rooted in fear of uncertainty, fear of failure, fear of the unknown. When we cling to control, we often become disconnected from our inner selves, as we prioritize external outcomes over internal peace. Trust, however, comes from a place of love and faith. It invites us to listen to our intuition, to trust that we have the strength to handle whatever comes our way, and to believe that life will support us. When we let go of control, we develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and a greater empathy for others. We learn to see life as a shared journey rather than a solitary pursuit of specific goals. This shift also allows us to cultivate resilience. Life will inevitably bring challenges and setbacks no matter how much we try to control it. But when we trust instead of clinging to specific outcomes, we become more adaptable. We learn to see setbacks as redirections, as lessons rather than failures. Resilience grows in this space of trust, as we realize that we don't need everything to go according to plan in order to thrive. In fact, some of our greatest growth and breakthroughs often come from unexpected twists. Trust allows us to embrace life's ebb and flow, to find strength in flexibility, and to believe that we can navigate whatever comes our way. Ultimately, shifting from control to trust is an act of courage. It requires us to step outside our comfort zones and surrender the illusion of certainty. This surrender, however, is where true freedom lies. When we trust, we discover a profound sense of peace and ease, knowing that we are part of something greater, something that supports us even when we don't have all the answers. This state of trust allows the impossible to manifest because it creates space for miracles, for unexpected joys, for the realization of dreams that we may not even know we have. So, as we move forward in our lives, let's remember that we don't need to have everything under control. We don't need to know every answer or plan every step. All we need to do is trust in ourselves, trust in the journey, and trust that by letting go, we make room for the amazing and the impossible to enter our lives. Harnessing the power of belief is about more than simply thinking positively. It's about aligning deeply with our own sense of possibility and potential. Belief is the foundation of our actions, choices, and attitudes, shaping how we perceive challenges and opportunities. When we fully harness the power of belief, we tap into a wellspring of resilience, motivation, and clarity that guides us toward our goals and transforms our lives. Belief isn't about blindly hoping that everything will fall into place, nor is it about denying the difficulties we may face. Instead, it's a conscious choice to focus on what is possible rather than being limited by what may appear impossible. It's about nurturing a mindset that is resilient, adaptable, and willing to take risks in pursuit of what we want to achieve. Belief has a profound impact on our self-image and self-worth. When we believe in ourselves and in our potential, we carry ourselves with greater confidence and authenticity. This inner conviction radiates outward, influencing not only how we approach our goals but also how others perceive and respond to us. Belief builds a self-assurance that says, "I am capable, I am deserving, and I am resilient." When we hold these beliefs about ourselves, we begin to take action from a place of empowerment. We approach challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles to fear, and we develop a deeper sense of self-trust. This inner foundation of belief provides us with the strength to keep moving forward even when faced with setbacks or uncertainties. One of the most powerful aspects of belief is its ability to shape our mindset. A belief-centered mindset is rooted in possibility, in the idea that we can grow, change, and achieve our goals. This contrasts sharply with a fixed mindset, which sees abilities as limited and challenges as insurmountable. Belief empowers us to adopt a growth mindset, where we view obstacles as stepping stones and learning experiences. In this state of mind, we become more willing to take risks, to embrace uncertainty, and to view failure as an essential part of the learning process. By cultivating a mindset centered on belief, we become more resilient and adaptable, less afraid of failure, and more motivated to pursue our goals with courage. The power of belief extends beyond just personal growth. It influences the actions we take. When we truly believe in our goals, we are more likely to take consistent and purposeful actions toward achieving them. Belief is the fuel that drives us to keep moving forward, even in the face of obstacles. It gives us the motivation to invest our time, energy, and resources into what we want to achieve. A strong belief system doesn't waver in the face of temporary setbacks because it's rooted in a sense of purpose and possibility. This belief-driven action isn't about forcing results but about showing up with intention and commitment day after day. When we operate from this place of belief, we are more likely to persevere, to overcome challenges, and to stay focused on our vision. Moreover, belief has a unique ability to attract support and opportunities. When we genuinely believe in ourselves and our goals, others are drawn to that conviction. Our belief becomes contagious, inspiring those around us to believe in us as well. This is why belief is so often at the core of successful endeavors, whether in business, personal goals, or relationships. People are naturally attracted to confidence and passion, and when we exude belief, we invite others to become part of our journey. This can lead to unexpected connections, collaborations, and resources that might not have otherwise come our way. By harnessing the power of belief, we create an environment that supports our goals and encourages others to invest in our vision. One of the keys to fully harnessing the power of belief is to actively cultivate it, especially during times of doubt or adversity. Belief is not a static quality. It requires nurturing and reinforcement. This can involve practices such as visualization, affirmations, and surrounding ourselves with people who support our dreams. Visualization allows us to mentally rehearse our success, to see and feel ourselves achieving our goals. This mental practice strengthens our belief and helps us maintain focus. Similarly, affirmations reinforce positive beliefs about ourselves and our abilities. By repeating affirmations, we retrain our subconscious mind, replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Surrounding ourselves with supportive people also plays a crucial role, as they remind us of our potential and help us stay grounded in our belief, especially when challenges arise. Belief also invites us to challenge and overcome limiting beliefs. Many of us carry subconscious beliefs that can hold us back, beliefs about what we think we're capable of or what we think is possible. These limiting beliefs are often shaped by past experiences, societal expectations, or the opinions of others. To harness the full power of belief, it's essential to identify and address these limitations. This involves self-reflection, questioning negative assumptions, and actively working to replace them with empowering beliefs. When we let go of limiting beliefs, we open ourselves to greater possibilities, allowing us to dream bigger and pursue our goals with a sense of freedom and confidence. It's important to remember that belief is a dynamic process. It requires consistency and reinforcement. Our belief in ourselves and in our goals can waver, especially when we face setbacks. During these times, it's essential to remind ourselves of our strengths, past accomplishments, and the reasons why we embarked on our journey in the first place. Building belief is like building a muscle. It takes regular practice and resilience. Every small victory reinforces our belief, making it stronger and more resilient over time. The more we practice belief, the more it becomes ingrained in our mindset, transforming how we see ourselves and what we consider possible. Harnessing the power of belief doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending that challenges don't exist. It's about choosing to focus on what we can achieve, even in the face of uncertainty. Belief doesn't eliminate obstacles, but it changes how we respond to them. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, we see them as part of the journey, as experiences that contribute to our growth and success. This perspective empowers us to remain hopeful and motivated, even when the path is unclear. In essence, belief is the foundation of all possibility. It allows us to move beyond our current limitations and tap into our true potential. When we believe in ourselves and our goals, we unlock a reservoir of inner strength and resilience that can carry us through any challenge. We become unstoppable, driven not just by the desire to achieve, but by a deep-seated conviction that we are capable and deserving. Harnessing the power of belief is about more than reaching a specific goal. It's about transforming who we are and embracing a life of possibility, purpose, and fulfillment. Creating space by letting go is a powerful practice that requires us to release our attachments, expectations, and fears, making room for new experiences, growth, and possibilities. We often find ourselves holding tightly to certain ideas, goals, or outcomes, believing that control will bring us closer to success or happiness. While a sense of direction and purpose is essential, clinging too tightly can prevent us from seeing other opportunities, limiting our potential for change and transformation. By learning to let go, we create a mental and emotional space where unexpected, even extraordinary, things can come into our lives. Letting go is not about giving up on our goals or settling, rather. It's about allowing room for life to unfold in ways we may not have anticipated. One of the biggest barriers to creating space through letting go is fear. Fear often drives us to hold on tightly, convincing us that if we let go, we will lose control or things will fall apart. This fear, however, is often rooted in a desire for certainty and a reluctance to step into the unknown. Letting go requires a mindset shift, an acceptance that not everything can or should be controlled. When we release our need for control, we begin to see the world through a new lens, one that is open to spontaneity, possibility, and surprise. Letting go is an act of trust, a way of saying to ourselves and the world that we are willing to step back and allow life to happen, even if we can't predict every outcome. Holding on too tightly can actually stifle progress. Imagine trying to grasp a handful of sand. The tighter you squeeze, the more it slips through your fingers. In the same way, our attempts to tightly control situations or outcomes can lead to increased stress and a sense of dissatisfaction, as we often find that things don't go exactly as we planned. By loosening our grip, we give ourselves permission to experience life without feeling pressured to force a particular result. This creates space for new ideas, insights, and solutions to come into our awareness. In this open state, we're better able to respond to changes, adapt, and make decisions that are rooted in clarity rather than fear or desperation. Creating space by letting go also means releasing attachments to specific outcomes. It's natural to become attached to our goals, dreams, and expectations, but this attachment can sometimes lead to disappointment and frustration when things don't go as planned. By letting go of rigid attachments, we allow ourselves to focus more on the journey, rather than being fixated on the destination. This shift in perspective helps us find fulfillment in the present moment and enjoy the process, even if the final outcome is uncertain. Letting go of attachment means trusting that even if things don't turn out exactly as we envisioned, there is still value and purpose in our experiences. We learn to appreciate the journey and the lessons it brings, rather than feeling disappointed by unmet expectations. Letting go also involves releasing past experiences and grievances that no longer serve us. Often we carry old hurts, mistakes, and disappointments as though they are integral to our identities. These past experiences, while valuable for the lessons they've taught us, can become heavy burdens if we continue to hold on to them. Letting go of the past doesn't mean forgetting or ignoring what happened, rather. It means choosing to move forward without being weighed down by it. By releasing old wounds, we create emotional space for healing, growth, and new connections. This process allows us to fully embrace the present, free from the limitations of past narratives. When we let go of past resentments or regrets, we open ourselves up to a fresh perspective, one that sees each new day as an opportunity for growth and transformation. Letting go is also a profound practice of self-acceptance. We often cling to certain aspects of our lives because we fear that without them we are incomplete or unworthy. This might include relationships, material possessions, or societal expectations that we believe define us. By letting go of the need to prove ourselves through these external attachments, we come to realize that our worth is inherent and doesn't rely on external validation. This realization creates inner space for us to focus on what genuinely matters to us, rather than being driven by external expectations or comparisons. Self-acceptance, through letting go, allows us to pursue our goals and dreams authentically, free from the constraints of trying to meet someone else's standards or fulfill someone else's vision of success. Creating space by letting go also encourages us to trust the process of life. When we let go, we are choosing to believe that life will unfold as it should, even if we can't always predict or control it. This trust enables us to face uncertainty with resilience and curiosity rather than fear. By letting go of the need to know every answer, we open ourselves to new learning experiences, creative solutions, and unexpected paths. Trusting the process helps us embrace the idea that sometimes the best opportunities come in the most unexpected ways. Letting go cultivates patience and the ability to adapt, knowing that things often work out in ways that we couldn't have planned or foreseen. Finally, creating space by letting go allows us to deepen our connections with others. When we let go of unrealistic expectations or the need to control how others behave, we begin to see people for who they truly are, rather than who we want them to be. This acceptance fosters healthier, more fulfilling relationships built on mutual respect and understanding. Letting go of expectations in relationships doesn't mean lowering our standards, but rather appreciating people for who they are, not as extensions of our desires or plans. This openness creates space for authentic, meaningful connections where both individuals feel valued and free to be themselves. In essence, creating space by letting go is about releasing the things that no longer serve us and making room for new, enriching experiences. It's about trusting ourselves, trusting the journey, and embracing life with a sense of openness and curiosity. By letting go, we allow life to surprise us and lead us in directions we might not have anticipated. This practice requires courage and a willingness to embrace uncertainty, but the reward is a life that feels freer, more expansive, and more aligned with our true desires and values. Letting go helps us grow and evolve, reminding us that sometimes the greatest transformations occur not when we hold on tightly, but when we release, create space, and allow life to flow naturally. Staying open and receptive is an essential aspect of personal growth and a powerful way to welcome new opportunities, insights, and connections into our lives. This mindset involves not only being willing to explore the unknown, but also allowing ourselves to accept outcomes, perspectives, and experiences without judgment or resistance. When we're truly open and receptive, we engage with life fully, inviting possibilities that go beyond our usual expectations and preconceived notions. Rather than trying to control every detail or resist what doesn't align with our expectations, staying open and receptive allows us to embrace change, welcome surprises, and find value in even the most unexpected places. Openness requires a level of curiosity that keeps us engaged with the world around us. A receptive mindset is willing to ask questions, try new things, and take risks without needing every answer in advance. When we are curious, we approach situations with wonder and a sense of discovery. We are more likely to say yes to new opportunities, even if they take us outside our comfort zones or challenge our previous beliefs. This openness transforms our daily interactions, helping us see the beauty and possibility in situations we might otherwise dismiss. By cultivating curiosity, we become more attuned to the present moment and open to the lessons and experiences it brings. Being receptive also means actively listening to the world around us. Often, we are so absorbed in our own thoughts and plans that we fail to notice the subtle signals and guidance that life provides. These signals might come in the form of advice from a friend, an unexpected opportunity, or even a moment of quiet intuition. When we listen without immediately judging or dismissing what we hear, we allow new insights to come through. This can be particularly powerful when we're faced with difficult decisions or challenges. By tuning in and truly listening, we become more receptive to ideas or solutions we may not have considered before. This openness to life's messages helps us make decisions that are aligned with our deeper values and purpose. Staying open and receptive also invites us to release judgment. When we approach people and situations with preconceived notions, we create a barrier that limits our understanding. Judgment often stems from fear or a desire to protect ourselves from unfamiliar or uncomfortable experiences. However, when we judge less and accept more, we begin to see the world with fresh eyes. Each person we meet and each experience we encounter has something to teach us, but we can only learn these lessons if we're willing to release our assumptions. By adopting an open, non-judgmental perspective, we free ourselves from rigid thinking and create room for growth, learning, and empathy. This acceptance doesn't mean we have to agree with everyone or everything, but it allows us to explore different viewpoints without closing ourselves off. An open and receptive mindset also enables us to handle change with grace. Life is full of unexpected twists and turns, and while we can't always control what happens, we can control how we respond. Resisting change often leads to frustration, disappointment, or a sense of being stuck, while staying receptive allows us to flow with change and adapt to new circumstances. Openness to change can make even the most challenging situations feel more manageable, as we're willing to seek out new solutions and explore alternative paths. When we embrace change, we develop resilience, allowing ourselves to grow stronger and more flexible in the face of adversity. This flexibility is key to thriving in a constantly evolving world, as it enables us to pivot when needed and make the most of unexpected opportunities. In addition to fostering resilience, staying open and receptive enhances our relationships. When we approach others with openness, we are more willing to see and appreciate them for who they truly are, rather than who we expect them to be. This acceptance deepens our connections and builds trust, as people feel valued when we are willing to listen and accept them without trying to change them. Receptivity in relationships allows us to practice empathy, as we are more inclined to understand others' perspectives and emotions. This openness can also lead to greater intimacy, as we create a safe space where both people feel comfortable sharing their thoughts, feelings, and dreams. By being receptive to others, we enrich our relationships and create bonds based on mutual respect and understanding. A receptive mindset also connects us to our own intuition. Often we have an inner knowing that guides us toward decisions that are in our best interest, but we may ignore this intuition in favor of logic or societal expectations. When we are open to our intuition, we develop a stronger connection with ourselves and a greater trust in our own judgment. Intuition can be subtle, manifesting as a gut feeling or a quiet sense of certainty. By staying receptive to this inner guidance, we align more closely with our authentic desires and values. This alignment helps us make choices that resonate with our true selves, leading to a life that feels more fulfilling and purposeful. Being open to our intuition is a practice of self-trust, one that empowers us to listen to our inner voice even when external influences may suggest otherwise. Staying open and receptive also encourages us to embrace vulnerability. Openness requires us to let down our guard and acknowledge that we don't have all the answers, that we are still learning, and that we may make mistakes. This vulnerability is not a weakness, rather, it is a powerful way to connect with others and with ourselves. When we are willing to be vulnerable, we allow ourselves to experience life more fully, free from the fear of being judged or rejected. Vulnerability helps us build authentic connections, as others are drawn to our genuine, open-hearted presence. By embracing vulnerability, we gain the courage to explore new paths and experiences without needing everything to be perfect or predictable. Lastly, staying open and receptive creates a fertile ground for personal and spiritual growth. When we stop trying to control or resist every experience, we make space for deeper understanding and self-discovery. Each experience, whether positive or challenging, becomes an opportunity for reflection and insight. Openness invites us to question old beliefs, to learn from our experiences, and to evolve beyond our past limitations. By embracing the unknown, we gain a greater appreciation for the mystery and beauty of life. This openness allows us to feel more connected to the world around us, to others, and to ourselves, fostering a sense of unity and interconnectedness. In essence, staying open and receptive is a dynamic practice that enriches every aspect of our lives. It enables us to approach life with curiosity, to release judgment, and to embrace change. It fosters resilience, deepens relationships, and connects us with our intuition. It encourages vulnerability and promotes personal growth, allowing us to live with a sense of wonder and openness. When we stay open and receptive, we discover that life has much more to offer than we may have ever imagined, guiding us toward a path of greater fulfillment, purpose, and joy.